a man is hung high by two iron chains. And in the next second, he is about to be thrown into the abyss called Naraku. At this moment, Ruto's eyes are filled with resentment and unwillingness. Simply because he was framed for killing his adoptive father. Watching his childhood friend cut ties with him at this time. And seeing the faces of the people around him who are eager to put him to death without wanting to know the truth. Rudo swears a venomous oath in the last second before falling into the abyss. One day, he will return to the heavenly realm and kill everyone here. It turns out that Rudo grew up in a slum. To help support his family, he would sneak into the wealthy district just a wall away every day. And when night fell, he would run to the garbage disposal station to collect useful items. However, taking garbage out of here is an illegal act that damages the city's appearance. Just as Ruto was about to head back with a good haul, he was spotted by a group of guards. Seeing them pull out their weapons and open fire, Ruto had to dodge by moving quickly. But in the end, he only managed to escape after getting shot in the arm. But news of someone causing trouble at the garbage dump soon spread in the slum. And some people even started to link it to Ruto. It's worth noting that the slum was originally used to detain criminals, to rid the area of its negative image. Everyone worked hard and refrained from committing crimes. But Ruto's parents went around killing people, making all their efforts go to waste. Because of this, Ruto became a despised figure here. Yet even in such circumstances, his childhood friend Chiwa always stood by his side, firmly believing that Ruto wouldn't turn bad. Ruto had intended to give the doll he picked up the previous day to Chiwa. But before he could say anything, Chiwa was called away by her mother. When Ruto got back home, his adoptive father, who had happened to see the scene, mocked him a little. Although Ruto was just a child picked up and raised, his adoptive father valued him greatly. He once told Ruto not to risk picking up garbage, saying he would find a way to earn money himself. After all, Ruto's biological father had been thrown into the abyss. So even in this world as worthless as dirt, he should cherish himself. Upon hearing this, Ruto was deeply moved. He still remembered that his hands had been black since birth, and he often felt excruciating pain. The discriminatory looks from those around him caused great harm to the young Ruto's heart. But back then, his adoptive father gave him a pair of gloves, which were already tattered at the time. Yet when he put them on, the pain eased. Meanwhile, his adoptive father took out a doll and told Ruto to confidently confess, suggesting he seize the opportunity to kiss Chiwa. The next day, Ruto went to the edge of the slum. Beneath it was the bottomless Naraku abyss. People would throw all their garbage there, as well as those who had committed heinous crimes. As Ruto wondered what happened to those who were thrown down, Chiwa suddenly ran over. Perhaps sensing what Ruto was thinking, Chiwa said she didn't want to see him being thrown down. After being shown concern by Chiwa, Ruto took the opportunity to give her the doll. Ruto ran home happily, but on the way, he bumped into the police. At that moment, Ruto didn't think much. He just wanted to tell his adoptive father the good news. But the instant he opened the door, he was shocked to find a masked man had already brutally killed his adoptive father. After being knocked flying by the man, the masked man picked up a book and quickly fled the scene. In the meantime, his adoptive father, with his last breath, told Ruto to run quickly, to change this world that was as filthy as dung. But just as Ruto tried to save his adoptive father, the police who arrived from behind shot and subdued him. Soon, the news that Ruto had killed his adoptive father spread throughout the area. The crowd shouted for him to be thrown into the Naraku abyss. When Ruto saw Chiwa in the crowd, he wanted to ask her to help find the real culprit. But Chiwa turned and walked away without looking back, throwing the doll on the ground.
目もあるのに見ようとも聞こうともしねえただの塊。お前ら全員あいつ。
When Ruto opened his eyes again, he found himself at the bottom of the abyss, and in this massive garbage dump, there appeared a kind of monster called spotted beasts.
ゴミも人間も何もかもあらゆる汚れが流れ着く奈落。
This is the most desperate moment for a man, framed for killing his father and thrown into the abyss called Naraku. He even encounters a spotted beast made of garbage here. At this moment, an intense stench fills the air around him, as if his lungs would burst if he endured it for one more second. Even the spotted beast shows no mercy and launches an attack on him. Ruto loudly curses those from the heavenly realm for throwing him into such a place. Yet just as Ruto thinks he will die with unresolved hatred, he suddenly remembers that he hasn't avenged his adoptive father, and that he must kill all those who deemed him the murderer and threw him into Naraku. After picking up a steel pipe as a weapon, Ruto seems to transform into a different person, facing the oncoming spotted beast. He swings with one hand and knocks it flying. Even more, after regaining his resolve, Ruto immediately charges back at the spotted beast. However, the weapon in his hand can't cause any substantial damage to the spotted beast. Instead, he is slapped by the spotted beast, sent flying hundreds of meters away to a mountain slope. But Ruto doesn't give up because of this. He casually picks up a billboard and resumes the fight. He can still dodge the spotted beast's attacks, but the stench of this massive garbage dump is completely unbearable to him. The spotted beast, though, doesn't care about that. It has already surrounded Ruto from both sides. Yet Ruto still manages to defeat it with his weapon, just as Ruto thinks he's safe. Another spotted beast appears behind him. The spotted beast slowly stands up and slams hard onto the ground. Ruto is thrown dozens of meters away by the powerful shockwave. When he opens his eyes again, a figure holding an umbrella suddenly appears in front of him. The figure lifts Ruto up and puts a mask on him. At this moment, Ruto finally feels he can breathe normally again. But just as Ruto is about to ask the man about this place, the man tells him to keep his voice down. However, since Ruto doesn't hear clearly, he even raises his voice. Seeing this, the man immediately gets angry. You see, these spotted beasts react to sounds made by humans, and normal weapons can't kill them at all. They could have sneaked away, but because of Ruto's loud voice, they're now being targeted by the spotted beasts. After scolding Ruto, the tattered umbrella in the man's hand suddenly glows with golden light. With that golden light, he directly turns the spotted beast into an unrevivable state. Then more spotted beasts line up and charge at them. The man uses the tattered umbrella to kill the spotted beasts one by one, then unleashes a powerful skill that instantly kills 8 spotted beasts. Finally, he slowly floats down from the air. After dealing with the spotted beasts, the man says his name is Njin, a humble scavenger in this area. However, Ruto collapses from exhaustion. When he wakes up again, he finds Njin dragging him along. When Njin hears that Ruto wants to return to the heavenly realm, he tells Ruto to abandon that thought. After all, the heavenly realm is always moving, though there might be other ways. They certainly can't do it now. Upon hearing this, Ruto immediately gets excited. He asks about this place, and what the powerful force Njin displayed earlier was. Tired of Ruto's non-stop talking, Njin takes him to a place, then disappears without a word. Soon a group of people find Ruto. From Ruto's clothes, they realize he might be from the heavenly realm above. At this point, Ruto thinks he's met some good people. But unexpectedly, in the next second, he is directly tied to a vehicle. It turns out they're human traffickers, because people from the heavenly realm dumped garbage here. The area is covered with toxic air all year round, and even monsters made of garbage have appeared. So people here deeply hate those from the heavenly realm. If they can sell Ruto, a rare person from the heavenly realm, they'll definitely get a hefty sum. Listening to them talk about torturing and dismembering him, and even being fed garbage as food. Enraged, Ruto bites off the man's finger. At this moment, Ruto has only one thought. Whether it's people from the heavenly realm or those at the bottom of the abyss, they're all the same. Then he unleashes a powerful force. The iron chain in his hand glows red and knocks the traffickers away. What shocks everyone even more is that a tire Ruto picks up casually also becomes a powerful weapon. Just as Ruto is about to continue his attack, Anjin appears and stops him. Soon Ruto regains his senses. It turns out the reason he unleashed that powerful force earlier is because his adoptive father once told him, any item cherished for a long time will have a soul inhabit it. And Ruto has always treasured the gloves his adoptive father gave him. Seeing this, Anjin immediately apologizes to Ruto. He just wanted to test Ruto, to confirm if Ruto truly has strength. Next, he'll tell Ruto about this world. But in exchange, Ruto must join the scavenger organization. Next is a detailed analysis of this episode. As a work by Bones, GACHIAKUTA continues its tradition of high-quality production. Compared to the first episode, which only depicted Ruto being thrown into Naraku in a plain manner, the battle scenes in this episode take up nearly 10 minutes. Judging from the ability of Ruto's gloves, it seems they can turn any touched object into a powerful weapon. As for what will happen after Ruto joins the scavengers, let's meet again next episode.